Monday. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. It's craft night with friends. We are going to be stitching the Hummingbird embroidery tonight. This is our embroidery of the month, and this will be the first day of stitching. So we'll work on this for the entire week here. I think we'll probably get it finished within the week, so that is the plan. So thanks for joining me. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners, and I am here every weeknight, Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's a time that we can relax and craft together. All right, tonight, embroidery of the month, working on that hummingbird design. We do have kits available still through the end of the month, and we also have it available as a fabric only pattern and a PDF pattern as well if you want to print it out and stitch onto something else. All right, you guys, let's get going here tonight. Okay, so here we go. I actually grabbed a kit from the office today. So this is what you'll get with the kit. Let's get back down here and open it on up. So, ooh, I just don't want to wreck anything. They're fun. All right, so embroidery of the month, a little unboxing here. Little hummingbird guy in here. So all the kits get one of these little hummingbirds. Every embroidery of the month kit will get something special each month. So here we go, little fluttery, glittery fella. And here is the embroidery kit. So let's open it up and see what we got here. So our kits now have everything pre-printed on it. You'll want to pull the cover out too. The cover has the instructions on the back. So there we go, got the cover out. So if you're wondering where the instructions are, they are actually on the back of the cover here. So all right, we are doing basically a back stitch and a French knot for this feller. Got my colors here. All right, and oh, they all come with this new little Making Your Embroidery booklet as well. So this will give you some of my tips on just getting started with embroidery, like separating your floss strands, my away knot method, and I think we'll be doing that tonight. Yep, we're going to use 3 strands of floss, so we'll be using the away method, and then just some of my tips for finishing your kit. So this will come in every kit as well. All right. And, oh, we got a cute little ribbon to decorate the top of our hoop when we're done. We'll throw that there, or we can actually use it to hang our hoop. I might actually start hanging these behind me here. That'd be kind of fun. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so there's our embroidery. It is pre-printed on the fabric there. Got my needle. Okay, we should be set. Oh, one last thing I need. I'm just going to grab a scissors. I didn't unpack my scissors yet from traveling. I've been visiting family for the past week. I haven't had that long of a vacation, I don't know, since I can remember for sure. So didn't unpack yet, so my scissors is in there. So I'm going to use my little Singer scissors with the little silicone grippies. I do kind of like this guy too. All right. I'm not going to press this. You could press this to start. You don't have to. You can just get going right away if you like. And I think that's what we're going to do. Let's pretend I got this on the road and I don't want to iron or anything. Let's just get going. All right, so I'm going to pop this guy in the hoop. You know, it's not any cooler here than it was in Wisconsin this past week. Gosh, I couldn't believe, I mean, just 90s all week. We had intentions to go bike riding and all this other stuff, but it was just too much. Oh, Amy said, did you bring home any strawberry goodies? We did not bring home any strawberries. That was a miss. Oh man, I think we forgot to grab a bag of strawberries, Amy. Sad! Ugh. We froze like 2 freezers full of strawberries, and I mean we had strawberries in everything we ate. Like we made pizzas one night, and my brother put like, okay, this is a good deal on top of pizzas. We had we grilled some pineapple earlier in the week, which was amazing. But my brother made a pizza. It's all leftovers pizza. He made a pizza with pineapple, leftover like pulled pork barbecue, and strawberries, sliced strawberries. So strawberries, pineapple, and barbecue on a pizza, and dang, that was tasty. So lots of yums there for sure, made out of strawberries. All right, I mean, we're set to go. I got it in the hoop here. I have it a little tighter than what we had it last week. I'm going to use the stabbing method, my normal kind of method. I can show you guys the difference between the stabbing method and the sewing method of embroidery again. But for the stabbing method, I like it a little more tight in the hoop. If you want the sewing method, I make it a little less, and I'll just like smash my hand on the top just to make the whole thing looser like this. Just get the whole design a little more loose. You actually you don't even need a hoop. With some practice, you don't need a hoop with the sewing method as well. But we'll get to that. I like the stabbing method, so I'm going to just get this back all nice in here. We'll iron this when I'm done, I think, if these lines here are still there, but we're fine for now. So, all right, what do we got here? So most of it is backstitch. So this is just like a fun, traditional, like I feel like this is a nice kind of vintage pattern with a little bit of a penguin and fish twist with the little fun hummingbird feller. So I kind of stuck pretty much to one embroidery stitch on it, and it's the back stitch. You could really use any sort of outlining stitch that you like. So, you know, you could use a stem stitch, you could use a split stitch. I just love the kind of beady look of a back stitch where you can see every little stitch like that. I think it's really kind of old, traditional, pretty. I just like it. So I thought it fit well with this kind of more vintage design here. And then we got some French knots hanging out too, and this like hibiscus flower, and his little eye there. So that's great. All I need to know is backstitch this whole thing. I don't have to pay attention to really what stitches go where. Then that makes it kind of relaxing. So all right, where should we start? That's always a question I ask. Sometimes I just start on what I'm most excited about, like if I wanted to do the hummingbird. A lot of times if there's something further back, I'll do that first. Like if there's a lot of overlapping things, I'll do the things further back. But nothing really overlaps here. We kind of left some space, which makes it kind of a little painterly. Space in between our different lines there. I think I'm going to start on this big hibiscus flower. I kind of like starting where I can feel like I got a lot done quickly. So I'm going to do the big old red flower there first. So I'm going to always have this nearby so I can look at it, and then we're going to stitch here. So I'm going to grab my Northern Cardinal color, the red. Ooh, it'd make a nice painted embroidery, Lenore says. Oh, it would be so fun. Oops, I snipped this little end of this guy. Okay. Yes, feel free. So with all of these embroidery patterns, feel free to use whatever stitches. We could fill this whole shape in. You know, it'd look like the... Oh, this is almost the same size, too. That's funny. It would look a lot like this guy kind of filled in, which would be just lovely and fun. Same with some of these shapes. If you want to make it just like a little more painterly, you could fill in these shapes that I kind of have like this double line here. That would make it kind of look like we have a thick line and thin lines. That makes it look a little artistic-y, a little painterly. I'm going to just stick to what we got in the pattern here. but feel free to play around. So, all right, I'm going to start with my typical about 24 inches or so. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to stitch this with 3 strands of embroidery floss. Here it says use 3 strands here. Sometimes I use 2 strands, but we're using 3 for this just to get a little bit thicker lines here. All right, so I'm going to separate my 3 strands. There's one. Just give that a little pull. It'll come right out. Add a sound effect. Zoop. Makes it even faster. And there's my 3rd. So that's a lot faster than trying to pull the 3 sides, the strands, like 2 sides with the 3 strands each. Kind of like, you know, what you probably started doing when you did embroidery was just grab the 3 strands and like pull them both apart and put it in your mouth, and then you cut it too long and then you can't reach anymore, all those things. I think this way of separating it is faster, even though it feels like you're doing more work by doing it all separately. It does work nicely. Okay, I'm going to start with a knot. This is going to be my away knot. I don't typically like knots on the back of my embroidery. So this is a waist knot is what they're called. This is one version of a waist knot called the away knot, and it's just a temporary knot that's basically going to reserve a section of floss that we can later weave in. Okay, so all of this is red, basically. Oh, not all of it. These lines in here are pink, but all the kind of petals are. So let's kind of see where I might want to start. I'm kind of thinking maybe here, go around here, maybe come back up, then go around this petal. That doesn't map out very well. Maybe I'll start here, come up and go back around. Could also start here. It doesn't matter. Let's start the left and go to the right. Sometimes what I'm trying to figure out is there like some magic way that I can go up to here and down and go right to this next spot, and one big long continuous line, so I'm never like jumping from one spot to another, but I'm not figuring any obvious thing out for that, so I'm going to just start from the left and work my way forward. How about that? Okay, so I'm going to actually start here. I'm going to go down and then back up. Oh, that's not bad. Down and up and around. We'll probably run out of floss by then. All right, so I'm going to start right here. So I want to, for an away knot, I want to put my floss from the front to the back about 4 inches away from my start point, but not overlapping where I'm going to stitch. So I'm going to go like right up here. This may look crazy, but I'm going to start right up there. Oh, I tied a little knot on this end. So that's going to just hang out there. And we're going to just start stitching along our line. This is the back stitch. And just so you can see, we got a long piece of thread there now. That's actually on reserve for later. So we're going to ignore it for now, but later we're going to come back and stitch that up a little bit. Okay. So back stitch, the start of my line is actually here, and I started a stitch in and I'm gonna go backwards, back to the beginning of the line here. All right, and then about a stitch length more forward. These are about a little more than an 1/8 inch size stitches. That's our second. Oh, this red is so bright and pretty. Yeah. So back stitch, we're going to cruise along this line. Oops. Sometimes for the back stitch on these long kind of graceful curves or straight lines, I'll make my stitches a little bit bigger. And then on like tight little curves, sometimes I make them a little bit smaller so you can get that effect of a curve a little bit more. Ooh, I love this bright red though. All right. Hope everyone is doing well. So happy to be stitching this tonight with you. Nice to see you all again after the weekend. Again, and and we're back on Facebook too. So we were just on YouTube all last week because I was on location at my parents' house. Tonight I am back home in Minneapolis, where I can be on YouTube and Facebook. All right, our first little line is done. Squeeze in this next line. So you could, like I was saying, if you wanted to, I'm just gonna stitch up the back stitch up this line here, but you could actually do a few more rows of back stitch and fill in this little gap here, and it would be like this nice kind of painterly effect where you have like some thick lines and thin lines throughout the whole piece. It'd be really pretty. Oh, Betty says hi from Manitoba. Nice. Hope everyone is having a lovely start to the week. I'm attempting to get back in daily workout mode. I was doing well with that before, which is, a miracle. I was doing well with that before we left on our vacation, and I didn't do any normal routine when I was at my parents' house. But we were very active. We went for walks in the morning, and it was nice. Pick those strawberries. That was fun. So delicious. I cannot believe we didn't bring a little bit of that home. Guess we'll have to go back. Strawberry season, I'm sure, is probably done at this point. It's like a week long. It's crazy. It's just there and done. I didn't see any hummingbirds though. My mom though, she got one of these kits and she stuck the little hummingbird sticker up on the window next to the hummingbird feeder that's right outside the window. Didn't see any hummingbirds though. Last time we were there we saw a hummingbird, but just not this time. They were trying to find someplace cool probably. Ooh, our Lois says our strawberries are just starting. That's awesome. Yeah, they're just here for like maybe 2 weeks. I used to work at it was a farm, but it was like one of those farms where, you go and they have caramel apples and tons of kids come. Like one of these kind of like, I don't know, event farms, or like, I'm sure there's a name for it, like cute little sweet local farms that, they have a petting area and all this stuff. But anyway, I worked at that, and they used to have strawberries. They don't anymore, but I used to work strawberry season, which basically in like high school, right? So I would have a lot of strawberries off the vine. I'm going to just jump to this next petal here. So it's going to look weird, like I'm just going to continue like an S, but then I'm going to come back up and go around this outer side, I think. But this is a great place to end because I can just start up this thing. But yeah, I didn't really do anything there except for like tell people where to park their cars and tell them which row to pick in. Christy's saying ours is ending. Oh, it's a bummer, but it's blueberries soon. Oh my god, yum. God, I'd love to find a fresh blueberry place. That'd be amazing. Yum, yum. Oh, Lynn says the Grands and I and their mom went strawberry picking. Yeah, no, that's awesome. And made 8 pints of jam. Oh my gosh. Tomorrow I'm making strawberry scones. Ugh! What could be better than that? Yum! And strawberry jam. How delicious. Yep, when those strawberries are there, you gotta get at them right away. You gotta process them into however you want the final thing to be pretty quick, it seems. Alright, so I'm gonna come back up this way now and get the outer part of this petal. And we're almost out of floss already, so we're gonna have to pick it up and start fresh. So this next piece of floss will be starting a little bit differently because now we have actual stitches on the piece here. So we'll be able to weave into the backs of stitches that are already here. How are the prices for strawberries? I think they were like, I'm not sure, but I think they were like, for a giant tray that we picked, not even a tray, a big thing, it was like, I don't know, maybe 30 bucks or something. But if you would have divided those into little things, like, you know, I don't know, they cost, what, like $5 in a small little thing like this, and we had, you know, at least, I don't know, 20 of those in one of these giant, you know, cardboard things that we were putting them in while we were picking, so pretty good deal for what they cost in the store, and they're completely different. You cannot even be close to comparing these strawberries to what you get in the store. They are ripened right on the vine, and you're taking them, not the, well, a little strawberry plant, and then you're taking them, you know, off of there and eating them right away. I mean, it is insane. It is totally, totally different than a normal strawberry. They're just the most delicious things. Yeah, I think Olin saying it was hers are $2.20 a pound. I think I don't know if ours was. Oh yeah, it was kind of by pound. I don't know. We were just picking. I wasn't buying. I was picking. Oh, the blueberries grow wild by you, Sylvia. Yum. All right, this is it for thread. I went maybe 2 stitches too far. Just got talking and was like, oop, out of thread now. So that I'm finishing my last stitch, bringing it to the back. Ooh, look how pretty on the back too. And then I'm gonna weave in the end. This almost looks like a stem stitch on the back. So if you wanted to do a stem stitch, it would look pretty similar to this. It'd be a little thicker lines like this. That'd be really pretty though too. All right, I'm weaving in the backs of my stitches, ideally 3 times. It's that 3rd time that kind of locks it in. I'm grabbing as many little stitches as I can so it can't find its way out. And there we go, 3rd pass. There we are. Ooh, let's get a needle minder out. Oh, that's packed away yet too. Hold on here. Let's grab some needles off of here. I like Marie's. Marie on YouTube made this. So there, pop that in there for now. Instead of like leaving it on my table and then not being able to find my needle anymore. This is just a little magnet. You can actually put needle minders on your piece, but I just kind of like having them nearby, and I just throw my needle at it. All right, let's snip that thread. You can snip it close to the stitches. Just don't, you know, cut into your stitches. And then we might as well take care of this right away. Remember our away knot here, that was reserving thread to weave in later because we didn't have any stitches to weave in to start. So let's snip that little knot off. I'm pulling up on the knot and just snipping it. And that kind of releases this thread here. I'm going to grab my needle and thread that, and we'll weave this back and forth 3 times. Not quite as quick as the loop method that we've been playing around with lately with the 2 strands of floss, but I do like this weaving away knot method for my typical 3 strands that I like using. There, back and forth 3 times. And there we are, we got a little start. Pretty little stitches in there. All right, let's keep going with this red. I got this is the other piece from when we separated the strands. I'm not going to tie a knot in it now. I'm just going to thread the needle. All right, and let's see. Should we just continue along the same path we were doing maybe? Let's see, I could start here, I could finish down to here, and then we'd just have to come back a little ways to get this. Then I could come up here, go back a little, get this guy. That's probably our best bet. End up here, then we'll probably be close to being out of thread again. Start on this little thing here. All right, I think that sounds like a decent path, so I'm going to start right here. So I'm going to weave in the back of these stitches. I don't have to do an away knot this time. I'm going to just weave in the stitches that are already there. So I'm going to go towards where I want to start. And then I'm going to go away. And then back towards, and that's our 3 times. And then I'm going to end up where I want to start. If you have excess, you can snip it, but this isn't that much, so I'm going to just leave it. All right, let's continue. I think backstitch is just so relaxing. Oh, Wanda, congrats! So Wanda on YouTube is saying, I finished my quilt today after a year. That is so exciting. Congrats. I know quilts are such large projects. That is a super big win. Fun! That's very exciting. Oh, I hope some of you got to see my mom's finished granny square quilt. I got to visit that when I was at their house this weekend, or this whole week, past week. Man, I need to get on a quilt finishing kick, though. There's a lot of quilting in my future, I think. Finish all those up. These flowers are going to be so pretty with these bright reds and the pinks and with the greens next to it. I think these colors are just really sweet together. Oh, Gretchen's wondering what project she'll start now. My mom. Well, she did get the hummingbird embroidery, so probably some hummingbird embroidery. But yeah, for big projects, I'm not sure. Big quilt projects, that was kind of the big one. She finished the... Oh, you know what? She's got the... I don't know if she's going to work on this next, but she has the Aurifil quilt. The Aurifil block of the month quilt to quilt yet. It's sandwiched together, but it's not quilted, I don't think. So that's probably sitting on deck there. As is mine. We talked about the quilt coat, that chore coat, a lot, but I didn't get the patterns out to measure. Just talked about it, so I still need to figure out how much I need to make for that yet. All right, so I'm going to jump over to here now, I think. We're going to come up here, go back there, but this is, I might not want to jump that far. I mean, this is hardly anything to just jump over here, but I don't like getting too big of, toe catchers is what we're calling them, which I think is just so cute. So what I'm meaning is like a big jump where, you know, something could get stuck there, especially if you're using this for like, if you wanted to sew this onto a towel, or if you are actually stitching onto a towel, if you transferred the design, like if you got the PDF pattern and traced the design on a towel, you wouldn't want lots of big leaps or jumps or toe catchers, however you want to call them. I think in machine embroidery they're called jumps, I believe. But yeah, so I just wove into the backs of the stitches a little bit to get to where I wanted to be next. And now I'm going to start up here. I still have the instructions near me to just check on the next color. So yeah, I'm still going up along that side there. Oh, Sylvia says she's almost done basting a quilt. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. I'm ready to just get them all done. Get all these quilts done. All right, 2 more stitches here, I think. I think I'm gonna go forward a stitch here instead of back, because then I think I am gonna jump down to here. And if I end up on that line like this, I'm gonna just jump, and my stitches will probably cover up that jump a little bit. Outside of that petal. Cruising. So I think we should be able to finish this this week. About a 5-hour embroidery. Maybe a hair more, we'll see. Oh, Jocelyn, I'm sorry it's not working on the TV tonight. Ooh, Sylvia says she's thread basting. I'm gonna hand quilt. That's exciting. That's a nice, relaxing thing to do. I've been so excited about hand quilting. We should work on that swan embroidery that I'm hand quilting. You know, panels, so it can be a zipper pouch. Maybe we'll work on that later this week. That'd be fun. Or not this week, next week, during our free week. All right, almost out of floss, kind of about where I thought we'd end up. All right, I'm going to do a forward stitch again here to end up at the end. So I think I'm gonna stitch up this inner kind of petal shape, and then I'm thinking I might be close to being done with my floss by then. And then I can just come up that outer edge and get the rest with the new bit of floss. So then after I finish the red on this flower, I'll probably stick with the flower, because then I can weave in the ends to stitches that are already here. If I wanted to start like way up here at the I almost said butterfly, at the hummingbird, I'd have to, in theory, start another way knot, because there's nothing in this area to weave in the backs of the stitches. There's no backs of the stitches to weave into, I should say. But down here, there will be, because I have all these. So I might just kind of hang out here for a little longer. And then we might still have to start that guy fresh with new stitches, with a new away stitch. Alright, so I have a little bit more floss than I thought at this point, so I think I'm going to actually jump back down here and work my way up. I'm going to kind of weave in the back so that I get down there, so I don't have a big leap. I had a little more floss than I thought, so we'll come up here. I think I might do some of the pink next. That'd be fun. How's it called that? Oh, neat, Darlene. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. I think I saw it posted in the finished quilt in the Penguin Fish Crafters group today. That turned out so lovely. I'll have to take another look at it. Always such an accomplishment finishing a quilt, that's for sure. Ooh, when I got home here, uh-oh, I think I lost a thread here. Yep, that felt funny. A thread must have came out of my three strands together. I'm going to just snip the end so I can rethread this. It's looking a little haggard. Every once in a while something seems off. When it seems off, time to check to see if everything's in order still. There we go. Back at it. I'm just feeling with the backs of my left hand here. I always have that back there just to see if anything went off, and it felt like there was a lot of thread back there, more than there should be, and then when I looked back there, it had like one strand was sitting back there. So that's how I knew to check, is just my left hand in the back here, keeping an eye on things basically. My third eye is my left hand in embroidery. Alright, and I think this will be my last stitch. I think my thread has had enough. Actually, I probably should have done it one earlier, but I think we'll be able to still weave it in the ends. Coming along. Alright, still very pretty on the back. 1, 2, I always have to say it out loud. 1, 2, 3. Otherwise I'll not remember if I did 2 or 3. Alright. So I think I'm going to continue the red. So I'll have to get a whole new strand of red out. And we just have to finish, I guess we gotta go down here with this petal and then this little bit here. Some of these are red, these little lines in this second flower, but I think I'll wait till I have some pink on here. You know, I could switch to pink now. I have, I don't know, I want to finish the red. Let's finish the red, but I'll probably cut the red here and then start it again later once I got some pink in that area. Yeah, I think that'll do. Okay, so another 24 inches or so here. All right, and I'm going to pull the 3 strands out of here again, one at a time. If you attempt to do more than one at a time, it'll get super duper tangled. So just 1. I run my hand through this just to get it from, you know, not being tangled as well. 2. Run my hand, stay there. Run my hand through there, and 3. Just gotta isolate one. There we go. Zoop. Okay. Put that one aside, and we'll put these back together, just lining up the ends. all set. So I'm going to start where I left off. Maybe I should start, I could start down here and go up here and then maybe stitch this last little bit and then kind of jump back over here. Maybe that's a better way. Then I'm not going way down here and then back up, although there's nothing, maybe, yeah, I don't know. 6pence, half dozen, horse a pence, eggs, and whatever. Whatever all those phrases are. Can never get them right. Alright, so let's weave in the end here. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, thread conditioner. I could do thread conditioner as well. That's always kind of fun. Well, I guess we'll try it out next time. Thread conditioner will just kind of keep all these strands together a little bit better and kind of strengthen it all. And which wouldn't be a bad idea for this, just to keep the strands together, because like that one strand came out and stuff. But I think we'll be okay. So far, so good. It does smell nice, though. Ooh, my brother and his girlfriend, I gotta meet his girlfriend in person, which was cool. We've Zoomed before, but they're making candles, and they're doing some experiments for thread conditioners. So they might have some thread conditioners soon here too, which would be super duper awesome. I would love that. Because that's kind of wax base as well. Or some of them can be. Alright, I'm going to come down this side. This little petal edge. There. I'm glad I started with this flower. I feel like starting on these big areas, like this big flower, which is one of like the main features of this, makes me feel like I'm getting a lot done right away. Later in the week, I can focus on teeny details here and there, like, the leaves and that sort of thing, but I think getting this big shape done makes me feel like we got a lot done. Oh, Gretchen says, oh, excellent, I love thread conditioner. Yep, they're experimenting with that, so I can't wait to test theirs out. Alright, so I am going to jump back up here, but since that is a pretty big jump, I am going to weave in the backs of these stitches here. There we go. Now I'm just jumping over just a hair. There, we'll start with a little forward stitch and then do our back stitches. Amy says, I've never made candles. Me neither. I think it's just so neat, though. I'd love to learn how, and they're learning all that now too. They're doing some really neat ones that are out of old like beer bottles and wine bottles, and then they're testing just some really nice jars and stuff for it too, and testing wicks, testing oils, testing smells, all of that stuff. It's just interesting to hear about. Lots of stuff going into that. Alright, this stitch and one last one, and then I think I'm going to weave in the end of this red for now, even though I have a little bit more up here, but I don't want to like just jump there. I'm going to wait till I have some other stitches there, so I'm going to just weave in this end, And we'll save that little bit of red for later. This should be plenty to do the rest of that other flower. There's some little lines in that flower that are red, so this should be plenty. 2. Oh, Catherine, yeah, that seems odd. I feel like it's... Oh, interesting. So Nolene and Catherine are saying that there doesn't seem to be, like comments must be off or something. I feel like there's quite a bit of talking, so I'm not sure. Maybe Facebook is doing some weird other update or something. Oh, Lenore, we definitely have a crafty family for sure. Alright, so all the red done there. Let's grab some pink. So I'm thinking, so the parts that are pink of this flower are just these lines on the inside, that little stamen there, and then here. And then I want to work my way up here. Well, the petal the petal is the color of the thread. I'm looking again at the instructions here. So these parts are pink. This little bud is pink. And this is pink up here. So I think let's do this pink here, and then I'll work my way up here somehow and do all this pink. I might wait till I have some green in here before doing this pink petal. So I think we'll do the pink next, and then maybe I'll switch to this dark green, get all the dark green bits, then maybe move to the light green, then maybe hit that other petal there, or the other pink bud. We'll just work our way up and down and around here. Alright, so this is that pink petal color. I'm gonna grab myself that like 24 inches or so again. Okay. Grab our 3 strands. Shoop. 2, 3. Great. Alright, needle on the needle minder. That's nice to always know it's over there. Like, where's my needle? I was still like in my brain. It's like somewhere on the table. Here is my needle, but nope. I've been practicing, getting in the habit of throwing it on the needle minder. Okay. Strategy for this. I think we'll go up, down, and then up. And I think I'll weave in the end, and then I'm going to start fresh, weaving up here, and then we'll get all these petals around here. All those are pink. All right, let's do it. So let's go like this. 1, 2, and 3. All right, coming up there. Again, you can snip these little ends if you want. I think I actually wove in a little bit of it there, which is fine. This is really picky here, but I don't really need to do that. But if you want to have it extra clean, feel free to snip those ends. Okay. I think about 3 stitches for this. Again, it's all back stitch, so I don't even have to check what stitch to use. Feel free to add some variety though, for sure. Any outlining stitch would be great. feel free to like fill in these flowers too. I don't know if there's quite enough floss in the kit to actually fill in all the flowers, but you probably get pretty far actually. Alright, back down. We'll go like a forward stitch here. Alright, just gonna jump on over to the next part. I think we'll finish the pink on this guy, and we might call it a night at there. Start fresh with the pink on this flower and do that tomorrow night. I think we'll get pretty far tomorrow. We'll for sure get this guy done. Maybe we'll work our way down or get some of these green leaves, and I think we'll cruise through quite a bit of this tomorrow. I think maybe it'll take 2 more days to finish all this stuff, or maybe like 1.5 days to finish up this bottom little corner area, the floral area. We'll get to our little hummingbird feller too. Just do another, this is really close together, these 2 lines, so I'm gonna just have it right next to each other. Basically it'll just make like a slightly thicker line. It's almost like they're bricks right next to each other, and then it spreads apart at the bottom here. It'll be a nice kind of little double line. You could actually fill in shapes with this backstitch if you wanted. It'd be a really pretty texture, kind of like how these 2 lines next to each other. Imagine like a whole piece kind of filled up like that. Alright, I think we can get this, spread this out to 2 stitches. That'll be good enough. Downward for this last one. Sometimes I'll do a forward stitch instead of a back stitch at the end, just to like be closer to some other stitches so it's a little bit more hidden. Same with at the beginning. And then I'll continue the back stitches. Yeah, let's just do this in 3. Alright, that's all the pink in that flower. I might actually, instead of weaving in the ends, I think I'm going to just kind of travel in the backs of some stitches and just end up like right here. So we're going to get, this is like a way roundabout way to get up there, but I'm going to go down here, then back up through, oops, I went through the fabric, back up through here. There we go, that's less thread than weaving it back and forth probably, but I'm not making a big jump either, so you won't see it on the front of the fabric. I'm just following the lines. And where did I end up? Oh, at the top there. I think I want to actually end up here. There we go. There, I guess maybe I am going to stitch this a little bit tonight. Why not? So I'm on the next flower, obviously, but I'm taking a look at the design again, just double checking that this is in fact this light pink here, the petal color. petal color for the petals. That works. Oh, thank you, Wanda. Wanda says that the flower is so pretty. Yeah, I think he's gonna turn out nice. All right, I'm gonna jump to here. Continue with this petal. I don't know if we'll finish this thread tonight. I think we'll probably. I should probably just stop in the middle. Then it'll be easier to start, right? Leave a little bit unfinished. Then it'll be good to go. All right, I'm gonna do that right now. We will just leave it here. Leave it as is. You know, actually I'm gonna even stick the needle minder on here. There we go. So my needle is safe with the piece. So there we have it. Got the that guy done a little bit, getting going on this second little flower. I think we'll cruise through a whole lot of this flower area tomorrow. So on our way to a good start here. Okay, so thank you guys for joining me on this embroidery. Again, we're doing the Hummingbird embroidery. Here's our little flower. Bit by bit, we get it done, and here is our example piece, the final one. Let me know if you guys are working on this. Share your progress in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group. I'd love to see it over there on Facebook. And yeah, thanks again, everyone. We will be back here tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. We'll work on the next part. So, all right. So, thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.